So it finally happened. The Meghan Sussex era of lifestyle elegance has officially poured itself into a bottle. And not just any bottle. We're talking about the As Ever Rose, a wine that sold out in under an hour, set the internet ablaze, and now has even the critics sipping, swirling, and praising like they forgot who they were 2 weeks ago. And who stepped up to give the verdict that matters? INSTYLE. Yes, the glossy magazine that has never been shy about flirting with royalty and fashion just gave Meghan's wine their seal of approval, and in doing so, told the British press, the haters, and the pearl-clutching royalists, sip it, swallow it, and stay pressed. Now let's get into the meat, or should I say the body, of this story. INSTYLE's reviewer took the As Ever Rose for a real-world test drive, not some stage tasting at a Napa vineyard with twinkling lights and scripted notes. No, she cracked open a bottle with her husband at home on a random weeknight. Casual, honest, real. And what happened? They drank the entire bottle. All of it. Finished, gone. Not because they felt obligated, not because it was royal, because it was good. She called it refreshing, smooth, flavorful, and this is my favorite part. She literally said, "And no, I'm not hungover this morning." That right there is the everyday Meghan experience. Not just for sommeliers and wine snobs, for people with full schedules, real lives, and zero time for bitter nonsense. Let's talk about the taste profile for a second, because INSTYLE didn't just phone it in. They got into it. The 2023 vintage is described as having stone fruit elegance, gentle minerality, and a dry, crisp finish. If you know wine, you know that's not basic. That's balance, that's intention, and that's what Meghan always brings to the table. And here's the gag. The wine was priced at $30 per bottle, but only sold in sets of 3. That means fans didn't just buy into a wine they'd never tasted. They committed to it. Sight unseen, flavor unproven, 3 bottles or nothing. That's how much trust Meghan has cultivated. Even after years of nonstop slander and manufactured outrage from a media machine that still can't get over the fact that she walked away. Now let's talk optics. This isn't just about wine, it's about brand. It's about power. Meghan didn't slap her name on a product and hope for the best. She didn't borrow prestige, she built it. This wine launch was timed with precision. July 1st, Princess Diana's birthday. The symbolism is loud, and if you know, you know. Meghan isn't just sipping to celebrate, she's honoring legacy while creating her own. And let's be honest, the usual suspects couldn't wait to pounce. The moment As Ever launched, the British tabloids did what they always do. Tried to act unbothered while obsessively covering every angle. What does this mean? Why wine? Is she copying Kate's garden party energy? Please. The real question they should be asking is, how does this woman keep winning even when the game is rigged? INSTYLE didn't hold back in praising the strategy either. They mentioned Meghan's longtime passion for wine, dating back to the Tig, her original lifestyle blog that had the girls shook long before she ever stepped into Kensington Palace. Back then, Meghan wrote about wine, food, travel, wellness, and it wasn't aspirational fluff. It was attainable, grounded, thoughtful. That same spirit is alive and as ever. It's also in the name, As Ever. Let that sink in. It's a signature, a closing, a promise. As ever, Meghan. Consistent, classy, unshaken. That's branding with a purpose. And honestly, it's poetic. It's defiant without being loud. It's confident without the need to clap back. Now let's zoom out. You've got a black woman, one who's been demonized for breathing too confidently, for smiling at the wrong time, for daring to love and live on her own terms, stepping into a luxury market with no royal backing, no UK institution behind her, and still moving bottles like a Bordeaux legend. That's the story, that's the moment, and that's what has the media frothing. Because while they were busy spinning conspiracies about photoshopped maternity pics and birthday cakes for Lilibet, Meghan was out here quietly building an empire. You want to talk about soft power? Look no further. And let's not pretend the timing of INSTYLE's review was accidental. Meghan's rose drops, the press scrambles, critics mutter, then bam, A top-tier lifestyle publication comes in with a glowing review. Not tabloids, not gossip rags, INSTYLE. They gave it the respect it deserved, because it's not a gimmick, it's a good product. That's what her critics can't stand. See, when Meghan launches something, it's not about clout, it's about quality. There's always story, depth, heart. The As Ever Rose is not just something to drink, it's a message, a lifestyle choice, a rejection of mediocrity and bitterness disguised as tradition, and INSTYLE saw that. They said what needed to be said. Meanwhile, the royal coverage in the UK remains allergic to joy. They'll write 12 paragraphs about the hemline of Kate's coat, but won't dare mention that Meghan's rose sold out in under an hour. They can't, because that would mean admitting that she's thriving, and we all know that doesn't fit the narrative. But guess what? The people are watching. They see through the noise. They tasted the wine. They bought the bottles. They read the review. And now, they're clinking glasses to a woman who was never supposed to make it this far. To Meghan, to As Ever, to every sip that shuts the critics up. As ever, unapologetic. As ever, unbothered. As ever, victorious. Because while the haters write essays on royal protocol and imaginary slights, Meghan is rewriting the playbook on what influence looks like in 2025. She's not just surviving the storm, she's bottling it, corking it, and turning it into a $30 triumph that tastes like resilience and smells like a rebrand done right. As Ever isn't just a wine, it's a quiet, sparkling clapback. Every glass poured is another reminder that the crown never had the final say. And here's the kicker, the wine community, yes, the ones with trained palates and actual wine vocabularies, are starting to pay attention. Not because Meghan demanded it, but because the product speaks for itself. That's how you build legacy. Not by clinging to crumbling institutions and PR bandages, but by showing up with authenticity, class, and a vintage that sells itself. Meghan isn't chasing relevance. She is the relevance. And this wine is just the latest receipt. So while the British media writes furious think pieces about her Hollywood pivot and tries to spin success as desperation, the truth is uncorked and undeniable. Meghan's winning without playing their game. No palace, no press briefings, just excellence, just intention. And with INSTYLE raising their glass in approval, the message is clear. The era of whispered sabotage is over. The era of sipping in peace, just getting started.